Hello everyone, I am Fatima Rahim. I have more than 5 years of professional experience in writing and reporting in the print, electronic and social media. At present, I am also pursuing PhD in Mass Communication and Journalism from Osmania University, Hyderabad, where I underwent my bachelor's and master's in Communication and Journalism too. As the moderator of this talk show, let me briefly introduce about this program, the background of our public relations firm, Mark, the founder, Mr. Riaz, and the distinguished guest for today from New Zealand, Miss Lucia Dore. We welcome all of you to our first monthly 90 minutes unique talk show, which is the core part of our student brand ambassadorship program. This is our first corporate social responsibility innovative initiative meant for cultivating scientific and socially responsible mindset among them. The topic for today's talk show is scientific and social awareness during and after the corona pandemic. I am also the public relations and advertising manager of Mark since 2019. So here is a quick intro of our founder and the guest. Mr. Riaz is a person of scientific temper since his childhood days. In fact, this is the latest program envisioned after the futuristic online science sessions conducted during 2017 by our founder Mr. Riaz from Chennai to his science club children in Trivandrum via Smart TV. Basically, he is an international multiple award-winning global affairs journalist specialized in politics, economics and investigative journalism who has worked with the Dubai-based Khaleej Times newspaper where he got associated with today's guest. He also reported to the Gulf Marketing Review apart from many other publications. He is also a writer, human rights advocate, social activist, media and marketing expert who gained wide experiences in many careers in India, Saudi Arabia and UAE since the year 2000. Since the past 5 years, he has been associated with many famous universities like Anna and SRM University and has delivered speeches related to entrepreneurship and empowerment. So let me introduce our guest, Miss Lucia. Miss Lucia is a financial journalist and editor with extensive journalistic and managerial experience working in the UK, where she was based for almost 18 years. During this time, she contributed and edited newspapers, magazines, research reports and books, working for various publishers. She has also developed and organized several conferences and was co-founder of a media and presentation skills company, Powerful Communication Associates. Lucia also lived and worked in Dubai for 9 years, where she was the assistant business editor for Khaleej Times national newspaper. She was also the head of Middle East and North Africa for Merger Market, then owned by the London-based Financial Times Group. During her time in the region, she made several appearances on business TV channels, CNBC Arabia and CNBC Africa, providing expert comment on M&A topics as well as contributing insight to several magazines and publications. She has also moderated numerous conferences and events. In 2014, she returned to her home country New Zealand and established the international business firm Lucia Dore Consultancy and provides multiple services along with a team of consulting and media professionals including Mr. Riaz. Above all, she is involved in the research of futurism technology like artificial intelligence, which is going to revolutionize the entire scientific knowledge more than any other innovation till date. She also promotes scientific journals and research papers. We welcome you on board.
Thank you.
Now I would like to hand over the talk show to the Chief Student Brand Ambassadors, Roma and Abhirami, to introduce them and pass to other brand ambassadors.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Good evening to you all. I'm Roma and I'm really happy to be here.
Hi everyone, my name is Abhirami and I would like to become an artist.
Hi, I'm Anamika and I would like to become a software engineer.
Oh!
Hi, my name is Thomas. I want to become a scientist in the field of robotics.
Hello, my name is Faisi and my ambition is to become a space scientist, and an author.
Hi, my name is Anugraha. My ambition is to become an entrepreneur.
Hi, my name is Nidhi, and my ambition is to become an ambition is to be an astronaut.
Hello, my name is Rihan, and my ambition is to become an Interpol officer.
Hello, my name is Riddha, and my ambition is to become a scientist.
Hi everyone, my name is Niranjan and my ambition is to become a police.
Hi, my name is Niranjana, and I would like to be an army officer.
Hi everyone, I am Aditya. My ambition is to be space scientist.
Thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. Glad to know about all of you. Thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. Glad to know about you all. Now let me invite our founder and the guest to deliver their welcome address.
Hi everyone. Very glad to see my long-term dream come true. Though I have, conducted programs in universities and colleges, this is very close to me because most of these youngsters are very known to me, and I started this initiative of making children scientifically and social aware in 2017 precisely by forming a science club, and we were able to conduct science exhibition. We had a planetarium visit arranged, and then from Chennai I used to conduct weekly classes to them. So it ran around 2 months, and later there was a short discontinuation, but I was preparing them to face 2020 and beyond, because I was well aware that 2020, the scientific revolution, especially with the inclusion of artificial intelligence, is going to be exponentially grow, and all of us, especially children, they have to be alert of what's going on in the world every now and then, otherwise they will miss the bus. So I understood this well before, so that's why I started this initiative in 2017. So let me quickly brief some of the benefits of this for children who are present now, as well as for children who are going to join in the future. Some of the benefits. So the importance of awareness, that is the key, be it scientific or social. Once children are aware, you will become a better person. You will understand the world you live in. You will understand how to become an ideal citizen. Because, for example, right now we are all going through the corona phase, right? If every one of them, or majority of the people, if they were hygiene or aware of the hygienic protocols, we would have not gone through this much of deaths and all those things. So similarly, at least from hereafter, we have to be aware. So especially the children. So this is the main aim of me since more than a decade, to create awareness in everybody, especially children. Then your 4 skills, like listening, speaking, reading, and writing, this will be improved by our guidance time to time. Then the curiosity and enthusiasm to learn science and global societies will increase your academic standards, transforming you as globally recognized students. Many skills related to memory, stem cell based education will be provided to you time to time by various experts like Lucia and many other experts. And thus, in a year's time, you will be adapted to international standards, and your knowledge and networks in many countries will increase. And our global experts, the guest, would analyze your present skills and hobbies, and truly guide you to achieve your ambitions precisely. So this is the basic benefits of this program. With this, I hand over the session to Lucia, where she will introduce herself and give the welcome note. And also, I am inviting her to officially inaugurate our website. Over to you, Lucia.
Well, anyway, as the introduction, I'm a financial journalist. I've done a lot of work on artificial intelligence. In fact, I've just written something, but I'm in New Zealand, and I hope you all know where New Zealand is. And it's 10:30 at night here. So it's about 7 hours difference, I think, from India. But my focus today is on Euler. Okay, now that is produced in New Zealand, and it started about 18 months ago. The person who produced it lived in Dubai, actually, for quite a number of years, and she's Russian. But it really concentrates on everything that you might be interested in science. And when I was looking at it today, I was interested in a piece here about diabetes, because that's actually quite important in my family. And I thought, I wish I had that a long time ago. It would have been better for me to have understood exactly how it works and why you have insulin and why it's called insulin. And that's what this magazine is all about. It's talking about different things. That, diabetes is one of them. Another was this one was understanding the nervous system.
Great.
Quite interesting. There's some, and understanding the eye better, the things that matter. Now that some of the other ones, and I've been looking through, they focus on artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. There are some that you can actually find all these on digital. So just a minute, I'll show you. So that there is the attack of the clones.
We can see the tab.
Can you see?
We cannot see. Yeah.
Now
we
can see.
Yes.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Oh, good. No, so it's all about the attack of the clones, all about genes and all sorts of things. So that I thought was quite interesting. And artificial intelligence, I think, was being dealt with. I know I, in fact, wrote about artificial intelligence the other day, artificial intelligence and how it changed journalism, because it means that the censorship will change, less fake news, you can have smaller number of newsrooms, and people can do things themselves. So that was I was also interested. There's another person, I don't know if you've heard of it in India, called Rocket Lab. Mm-hmm. Now, Rocket Lab was started in 2006 by a man called Peter Beck, who in fact is from Southland, actually from really where I come from, the town I come from in the bottom of New Zealand. And he works with NASA now, and it's all about, a lot of it is circling the Earth, etc. And his background's quite interesting, because at school, and he went to a school called Southland Boys, and they thought he was all very strange, because all he was interested in was going to space. And he used to tell the teachers, when I grow up, I want to go to space. And they all thought he was crazy. Mm-hmm. But that's what he did. And from the other side of the world, literally, I mean, if you look at the map, it's the very bottom of New Zealand. Now he's established a company, and now he's working with NASA. now. So basically, you can do everything.
Yeah, very
with
nice to know.
science. And you can do all sorts of things. You don't just have to do what people expect you to do. And I think that's what's really good. But, you know, just for a basic, I found Euler really interesting because it taught me a lot about different things that I hadn't thought of and about that. And any questions that you want to know about New Zealand or?
Yeah, that we have kept a question and answer session. So during that time, the students will ask.
Yeah.
So okay. You must have heard that most of the students have informed about their wish to be a space scientist or robotics or many things. So definitely your connections with your friend who opened this Euler and also the other scientists will help them in the near future. You can guide them well. Yes,
they can get involved, and there's all sorts of things that they can do. Also, and I want to say, in New Zealand now, there's a very big push for science in schools, for really encouraging people to do science and IT and artificial intelligence. And New Zealand wants to become one of the IT and artificial intelligence hubs of the world. And I might say one of a group of people, a lot of them come from India and they're all residents in New Zealand. So there's a big hub of Indians who come here and who are based here, and that's what they do. Yeah, it's very big.
Yeah, nice to know about Euler. And also, as I understand, Euler has already been published for many years, right now?
Yeah, it's only been published for about 3 years, I think.
3 years, and they will
because they came back. She was in Dubai actually, and she came after learning. She came to New Zealand, to Auckland.
Okay, and in the last 3 years, they would have many students who have subscribed to the magazine.
Yes, they've got a lot of subscribers and many schools here and the North Island. It's become very popular.
Do they organize like a get-together of students who are already subscribers of Euler?
I don't know about that, but I think they would. If people were interested, they would organize it, particularly on Zoom. Everybody could talk about different things. And
that's what I was exactly about to ask. Yes, that's what I was about to say. So in the near future, we can organize a webinar between our student brand ambassadors and Euler, community students.
Well, I could contact the publisher and develop all that.
And all student ambassadors can contact me after this program. So I will inform you more about, Euler, and you can subscribe to it. Okay. So over to Fatima now.
Thank you, Mr. Riaz and Miss Lucia. Now let me invite Roma and Abhiram.
Good evening once again. The importance of scientific and social awareness during and after the corona pandemic. It is becoming increasingly crucial to have awareness and knowledge about COVID-19, how the virus spreads, and the reasoning behind measures like social distancing, especially in times of great anxiety and various conspiracies. Theories tend to sprout up, and in response to health emergencies, several dubious ideas on medicine and treatment also come up. In conversation with one of the India's foremost science educator, T.V. Venkateswaran is a science communicator as well as a senior scientist at Vigyan Prasar, which is under Department of Science and Technology in Government of India. He stated that some of corona, and the main thing he stated, other than social awareness, which is hygiene, is the key and important China in December 2019. First cases were detected from patients visiting market, which also contains the wildlife species. So increase in reported cases. COVID-19 disease is caused by severe acute respiratory coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2. This new variable is the seventh member of human coronaviridae, the real coronaviridae. The real time of CoV is still unknown. It has been shown that it can infect a broad range of vertebrates, which includes birds, snakes, bats, etc. There were 8,003 where SARS, that is severe, first detected in China. 2012, an outbreak occurred was first detected in Saudi Arabia and spread to 27 countries, causing a total of SARS. Both MERS-CoV and SARS-CoV have a higher mortality rate of 11%. And compared to SARS-CoV, which is compared to SARS-CoV-2, the virus spread between humans. There was another report where the COVID-19 infected in Saudi Arabia on the 2nd of May. MOH to educate public about the virus, mode of transmission, and the importance of curfew. Also, strict measures been imposed by the MOH to control risk, including outdoor activities, suspending schools, colleges, minimizing social contacts, and banning most drivers to be ready to stand against the pandemic. According to WHO, the overall rate of COVID-19 from an infected person through coughing is 92%. Touching contaminated surfaces is 98%. Shaking hands, fever, 98%. Fatigue and muscle ache is 44% and 55% respectively. Cough, 76%. Headaches, 8%. Symptoms of COVID-19 are similar to seasonal influenza symptoms. About 2/3 of skin rash are 63%, and bleeding is about 64%, which have been recently included among COVID-19 symptoms. The study reported that SARS-CoV-2 is fatal to the infected individual than MERS-CoV-2. Thank you.
Okay.
It was a detailed research.
That's good, yeah. I learned something.
Good. Rama.
That's good.
Hi, I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Lucia for being here.
Thank you.
Continue.
You're welcome. And it's a virus. It's one of the smallest creatures that is found in the entire world. And one of, or maybe the only positive outcome of this catastrophe is that people have become more understanding and accepting of technology. They are being more understanding of online classes and online grocery shopping and many other scientific advances which are being helpful to mankind. And people are being more understanding towards technology in general, but we still have a very, very long way to go. And in the social aspect, people have learned how to care for others. We are social distancing not just for ourselves. We are doing it for our neighbors, our family, our community, the entire world. And I would also like to conclude by asking yet another question, which is why? Like, when you go out, when you're getting ready to go out of your house during this time of this pandemic, please ask yourselves this one question: why? Why are you going out? And if the answer is reasonable enough, that you're willing to put your life on the line, your family's life, everyone's safety on the line, then be my guest and go out. But if the answer is not reasonable enough, please stay at home and do your part in stopping the spread of this pandemic. Thank you, everyone.
Hi again. So during this pandemic, especially during this pandemic, people need to be aware about the new discoveries made in the scientific field. People who used to resent the scientific industry needs to start appreciating it. Scientific developments has made it easier for us to face this devastating event more easily. If this pandemic occurred 50 years ago, people would have already gone mad. Technologies like video conferencing, grocery delivery, food delivery have all made our lives much easier, reducing our risk of getting this very dangerous disease. This pandemic will probably end when one of the brilliant scientists working on it finds a vaccine. After that also, people need to appreciate science as it is the only thing that helped the human race to continue living in this world. Like scientific awareness, we also need to have social awareness. Social awareness means to empathize with others and put ourselves in the shoes of people who are not as fortunate as us. We need to help people who are not having the same opportunities as us by making donations, conducting campaigns, or just by being kind. Our small actions will eventually help in building a generation full of young geniuses or successful entrepreneurs from every section of the society. So I think that's why social and scientific awareness is important before and during and after the coronavirus pandemic.
Well said.
Asan?
Yeah, okay. So, good evening, everyone, and special thanks to Lucia ma'am for joining us so late, despite being that late in New Zealand. Okay. So, the coronavirus pandemic has led to drastic changes in the fabric of our daily lives. Social and scientific awareness counts for the most during these fragile and uncertain times. All the things that we used to take for granted, like meeting others, going out, vacations, leisure trips, school, and work, have suddenly braked to a standstill. Global economy has sunken to levels unseen since the Great Depression of 1929. For example, India's economy in the fourth quarter of the 2020 fiscal year suffered a 3.1% decline in growth. There have been many stories and articles in mass media that have brought to our attention the plight of those people who have lost their means of livelihood and their source of income. According to a UN report, the pandemic will push 96 million people into extreme poverty by 2021. Right now, we are facing not only a pandemic but also an infodemic. Trusted sources and genuine content should be accessed to counter the barrage of misinformation thrown at us. E-learning, work from home, and virtual healthcare are just some of the ways technology has diffused into our lives. People are scientifically aware and are following measures like financial digitalization and well-developed online infrastructure to counter the pandemic. So, the question that arises is, what is most likely to happen after the pandemic tones down? Well, there would be a drastic change in people's lifestyle, with the line between social and scientific blurred to such an extent that we won't be able to differentiate between the two. Organizations, governments, and even individuals have invested into online infrastructure to such an extent that backing out of it now would prove to be disadvantageous. Our interaction with the world will evolve predominantly into a digital world. To conclude, I would like to say that the pandemic has brought in major social and scientific upheavals that will influence our lives in the long run. Thank you.
Anugraha.
COVID-19 has taught us to be independent and act mature. A great thing that has benefited us tremendously is that we are now in quarantine, which means we are doing a big help to our planet. Firstly, because we have stopped using transportation vehicles like airplanes, buses, and cars. So in such a decrease of vehicles, we have now stopped producing tons of wasteful chemicals like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and even nitrogen oxide. My point is, if COVID-19 virus hadn't come, we would still be trashing and polluting the earth. So everyone has to remember, even after COVID-19 is over, we should not promote carbon footprint. Some ways we could stop this are doing carpooling instead of using one car per person, avoiding plastic-based products and like etc. So COVID-19 virus has forcefully taught us to be a bit more respectful to our earth.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the social and scientific awareness during and after COVID-19. So I think that working from home is a good idea, and so 17 years back, a company named IBM, which stands for International Business Machines, were thinking of working from home instead of paying lots of money to buy buildings and like use the land, which like for some land it used to be forests with lots of trees, and if they cut it, like the trees won't grow and it will be bad for the environment. So everyone laughed at them at first because oh, how do people work from home? It's very bad. Like how do you know if they're going to work if they're cheating? But like as we know, a new change, everyone might not get it, but now every person might know at least a little bit about working from home. And you might be wondering, how do we meet with friends and like how do we meet with family? There's lots of online platforms such as Zoom, Skype, and Google Meet, which we're using right now. And the last thing I wanted to say is I think that this was going to happen because every 100 years or so, nature has to repair itself. As my sister said, about carbon footprints and being eco-friendly. So this year is 2020. So in 1920, there was a flu called the Spanish flu, and in 1820 there was cholera outbreak, and in 1720 there was plague. So I think that COVID-19 is actually repairing the earth in a way. So we should look for the positive outcomes of COVID-19.
Very good research. Well done.
Thank you, Anugraha.
That's good.
Thank you.
Insa, can you go next?
My name is Iza. So Corona has spread it all around the world, and it is also whenever anyone gets it, they will have like fever or something like that.
Shall I ask you one simple question? During this Corona times, what is the big thing you are missing? Normally you used to go somewhere, now you are not able to go that place. Which is that place?
Outside.
Especially where?
Yeah.
You miss your school and teachers and your friends, right?
Yes.
So that's the most important thing which you learned, right?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Rihan, and I'm going to talk about the Corona speech. This Corona pandemic has made us to independent in our houses. This is a huge thing, and we have to be always awareness on washing our hands with soap and sanitizer each 30 minutes in our home. And whenever we go out, please wear face mask and hand gloves, and never touch public places. When we return the houses, do the first thing, wash your hands with sanitizer and soap for 20 seconds. That's all.
My name is Siddha, and this pandemic is getting worse. It first started in China, then it started spreading to more nearby countries and started spreading to the whole world. So now we are awareness of this pandemic, so we wash our hands for 20 seconds with soap, and we put sanitizer, we wear mask. Thank you.
Faizi?
So this coronavirus has spread from Wuhan city, China, and has gone across the entire world.
Sana?
Hey everyone, good evening all. So today I'm gonna tell you about the topic, the social importance and social awareness of corona pandemic. So as you all know, coronavirus has spread all over the world. Lot of countries have faced a negative impact of this disease. Until a proper medicine or vaccine is developed for this disease, we all need to be careful and take all the preventive measures to be safe from this disease. COVID-19 disease affects different people in different ways. It is seen that people with good immunity do not face much issues from this disease. Hence, we all must improve our immunity by having a balanced diet. Thank you.
Thanks. Fayaz?
COVID-19 disease affect different people in different way. Wearing a mask outdoors, cleaning hands, and often distance are the primary requests to prevent the disease. Additionally, we must not touch our face with unclean hands. A person having fever or cold should immediately take medical advice. Thank you.
Niranjan can speak. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. I'm going to be talking about the corona pandemic, the social and the scientific awareness of the corona pandemic. During the outbreak of coronavirus, social platforms have been a very great, have shown very great effectiveness in information and to know the symptoms and everything about coronavirus. People with good immunity will not be affected by the coronavirus, but the people with bad immunity will have symptoms like fever, cough, and nasal blocks. The social media platforms have become a major source of information. Although some platforms have incredible reachability, some also have mediocre reachability, which makes it suitable to spread misinformation. To prevent COVID-19, always make sure to stay at home, listen to the news, and wear masks when you go outside. Thank you.
Good. Niranjana?
Hi, my name is Niranjana, and I am going to talk about the COVID-19 impact. The COVID-19 impact has made our lives change. So we shall avoid social gatherings. When we go out, we must sanitize our hands and wear face masks, because COVID-19 is very dangerous and risky. So we shall do everything to keep ourselves safe. We should do social distancing. We should always wash our hands with soap for 20 seconds. Thank you. COVID-19 is a pandemic disease. Highlighted the importance of what social scientists do on a regular basis and in the time. It will matter whether we answer question well. The public apathy for more information about COVID-19 is under. Social scientists have quick to respond. They are writing papers at a record pace, and the academy and the expediting the review process so that these new existing results can be published in a time and new worthy manner. Thank you.
That was indeed a great discussion. Now I request Fayaz, Rehan, and Aditya,
as
to
well
be
as
prepared,
Roma.
and Roma.
Lucia, let me say about Rehan. He has got some memory skills, so he understands the birthdays of many presidents and prime ministers around the world. So you can ask him some random question.
Oh, wow.
Starting with your own prime minister.
Start with Prime Minister. Who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and how old do you think she is?
She is 40 years, Jacinda Ardern, 1980.
Oh, was she? Yeah, she's just celebrated another birthday. Boris Johnson then. in the UK?
June 1996.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So how old is he now?
56.
Oh, 56. Oh. And what about your Prime Minister? Who was that? And how old is
Mr.
he?
Narendra Modi. He was September 17, 1950. He born in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's how old is he? He's 70 now, isn't he? Getting too old. He's like Trump and Biden. Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
And do you have some more questions to ask him?
Yeah, he knows US president's details also.
Yeah, Mr. Donald Trump.
Yeah,
June
tell
14, 1946.
Okay, good. Thanks. So introduce yourself, Vesna, once again and speak. Good.
Hi everyone, this corona is getting worse. Wave 2, everyone is getting scared. All families and my family and all others too. And everyone is, you can't go out to school and some people their education is getting worse.
All right.
Fayaz, introduce yourself.
I am going to do a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. So maybe Lucia, you can say start. It's already shuffled.
Oh, I see. Oh, start. I've got my timer.
Can I start?
So what happens? Yes, start. Yes. Oh, I got, yeah.
Yeah, stop, Fatima. What is the time, Fatima?
2 minutes. 2 minutes has taken.
Oh, so can everybody congratulate by a clap? Actually, Lucia, his record is 1 minute, but I think today it has become 2 minutes. So.
Oh, well, that's all right. 1 minute, yeah, but
Yes,
that's still
yeah.
fast.
Yes, yes, of course. And also, I came to know the world record is just 4 seconds. So anyway, he will practice
Really?
continuously, and yes. The presentation, 2 people have already presented. Now, Lucia, for your information, Roma and Aditya recently they attended the International Model United Nations program. So they will share a few words about their experience on that. Roma, over to you.
Hi, yes.
Hi again. I've recently attended IMUN, which was conducted on September 5th and 6th. I had a good experience and got.
And where was it?
And
By Zoom.
It was an online conference. It was online conference, and this IMUN includes the most of the United Nations of like UNICEF, UNESCO, UNDP, etc. So with this experience, I've realized that I got more knowledge. I've gained more knowledge about what other countries are facing in, and what are the recent wars they have faced. And what they do, and what IMUN does is that it was a youth United Nations
Conference.
Conference. It was a youth conference.
Yeah. Can you be more specific about your role? What was the role assigned, and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. They have assigned me to an allocated country as well as an allocated committee. I was assigned to a country which is Russia. I represent Russia, and I was in committee of UN Women. And they have given us the topic that is the empowerment through equality, equal pay for equal work, which where we have to do a lot more research about it, representing our country. So, I done a lot more research on it, and also I've spoke about it. They've given us a chance. You have to
Lucia, you want to ask some questions related to that?
No, that was Zoom, and you were representing India.
I was representing Russia.
You were representing Russia. Okay. And so were you working with other Russians or just with other Indians?
Actually, I had I represent Russia, and I'm the only one person who represents Russia, and I work with other Indians who represent different countries, and we work together in one in a committee towards the goal.
Okay. Aditya?
Okay. Now I understand now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Aditya?
Yeah. The experience was good and nice.
Which country you represented, you tell?
Representing Yemen.
Yemen?
Yes.
He represented Yemen. So tell a few things about Yemen. Yes.
Yeah, the empowerment through equality, equal pay for equal work. So the women do not have any right to pursue, but men's have. So in that we can find what is the difference in and what are the steps. And Yemen is a dangerous country because of human trafficking always. And that was nice. And we have more knowledge about that. And we always research about that. Thank you.
Yeah. So Roma and Aditya, they represented two countries where women are trafficked, and lots of rescue efforts has to be done by United Nations and many other countries. Yeah. And
so how many people participated? How many people were participating?
Roma,
yeah, how many people participated?
So there were many people from different countries, example from Nigeria, America, and a lot from Dubai. And
okay.
So it was more than 500, but we were all separated from the different committees. We were all assigned to a committee. So.
And how old did you have to be?
It doesn't have a specific age to be in the conference.
No, as per my information, this is meant for students, both school as well as university. So most probably 20 to, less than below 20 years of age, maybe. Yeah. And Lucia, could you share a few words about your involvement with the United Nations, any of the agencies?
Yes, right? Well, it's headquartered. I've done a lot of work with refugees. So I went to one meeting in Geneva, at the headquarters in Geneva, on the UN Council for Refugees, and there was a conference there, and we all talked, and I was just like, and then we had a reception downstairs for people, but it's just a huge, big organization which is incredibly bureaucratic, and a lot of things just simply don't get done at the United Nations. It's just too big. It's incredible. So I learned a lot just by watching the events. They have a big restaurant, but it's it's enormous, and they have about, I don't know, 1,000 people who work in that building. It's enormous. So I was quite shocked.
Yeah, Lucia, she was largely associated with UNHCR, is United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees.
Yes, yeah.
And she has taken a documentary also related to the refugees.
I did, and I was writing a book. I've written a couple in my book, and so
I think all the student ambassadors understood about Lucia, how educated and researched she is, and she is having multiple roles, and we are collectively trying to change the world ethically.
Documentary was really on the role of the New Zealand government with refugees, because I had to focus for my master's on New Zealand, and that is different than perhaps other parts of the world because it's a very small population, it's very isolated. So we also don't have the same problems with COVID that the rest of the world has. We're sort of quite isolated.
Yes, because
so
New Zealand is an island.
We don't wear masks. We've only just started occasionally. We've never worn masks down here. Maybe in Auckland, but down here, it's just not, we just don't have that problem.
Okay. So thanks, Lucia. I think with this, we are coming to the conclusion. But could you, officially inaugurate our website by opening that presentation and clicking on the website? So the audience who is watching this later, they will understand about the website. Yes.
Yeah,
so
it is. Yeah.
So to everybody's information who is not there in this program, this is the website which we have designed for the school brand ambassadors. You can scroll from top to bottom, Fatima.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a bit about Fatima.
Yeah.
Yes. And
this
is
the team.
About you.
About
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are, in fact, this is our first CSR initiative, Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, come. Yeah.
Okay.
You've got new joining requests and inquiries.
Yeah, that's
Roma.
Yeah, that's for new people. No, these people are already present today. So, Fatima,
team.
can you read one by one? Just their name and just scroll down from top.
Yes. Yeah. So
you have to go a little bit top.
Yeah. These are brand ambassadors, student brand ambassadors. Abhirami, Roma, Mohammad Rehan, Rida, Faizi, Iza, Vesna, Niranjana, Asint, Anugraha, Nidhi, Aditya, Anamika, Fayaz, Sana. So, and these are the inquiries form, joining request and
for
inquiries
new people.
For new people to enroll.
For new people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is our address map. Work of Allah Business Center, Chennai.
Yeah. So for new people who are watching this program, they can enter their children's name there, and we will, interview them, and we will consider to make them join in the program.
Yeah.
So can everybody clap? Lucia, by this we proclaim that you have officially inaugurated the website.
Now, can I ask?
Thank you.
Can people join there who are not in India, say the UK or New Zealand?
Anywhere they can. Yeah. They have to. Fatima, can you take her to that online form and show her?
Okay.
That was there, but it could be anywhere. You don't have.
Anywhere
you
around
do not
the
have
world.
to be based in India.
This is for global.
Anywhere. It's global. Let me show you the form once again.
So really, you should encourage people who want to join in New Zealand, they can join there.
Yeah.
Surely.
So this,
I
this
see.
is the first
Yeah,
joining
so
request
anybody,
requires.
they can, enter these details, and then we will contact them, get their photographs and content of the children, and we will add them into the website. It's very simple. Lucia, that was for you, the information. And brand ambassadors, you want to ask any, clear any doubt?
Yeah.
You want to ask any questions to the guest?
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you mainly get the Oila magazine from?
Oh, it was mainly digital. And if you speak to Mr. Riaz at Constant Mark, he can provide you with the right link, and then you can go on and you'll be able to find the magazines. Because if it's you can get hard copies, but if it's digital, you can get them immediately.
Yeah, I will
If you
inform all of you
subscribe.
regarding the.
If
Yes.
you subscribe.
Okay. Any other questions? Roma, Abhirami, any questions? Okay. So, okay, thanks Lucia for answering the questions. Yes, Faizi?
If you want to get the book, Oila magazine book.
I will inform you about that. I will inform you about that.
Now, Mr. Riaz has all the information.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr.
So any more
Riaz, he will give you the link.
Yes. Any other questions other than that?
Thank you, Lucia, for joining us with today, and despite so late
My
in the evening. And we appreciate everyone for being one of our global student brand ambassadors. And thanks again for joining us. And we will see you next month with another topic. Okay. So for the new audiences who watch this program, please visit our website cnmssba.now.site to enroll your children in our future talk shows by filling the online form displayed there. Thanks. Okay. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucia.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining.
Bye.